Without question, we live in a world of competing worldviews, all claiming to represent reality. Having defined a worldview as the set of presuppositions we hold about the makeup of our world, we have also noted these presuppositions can range from true to false, and we have them whether we realize it or not. It is these presuppositions which form our view of reality in this world and influence our beliefs and behaviors. Some people go through life without ever giving serious consideration to their worldview. They go through life simply adjusting themselves to whatever seems to happen. Others actively rail against what they perceive to be the system, because it doesn't seem to align with their ideologies, again, without questioning whether their ideologies are in line with reality. How can we make good, rational decisions about the worldview we ought to embrace? How can we find what is coherent, consistent, and comprehensive when it comes to viewing reality? Again, I defer to James Sire. In his book, The Universe Next Door, he suggests 7 questions to ask of the worldview we wish to follow or may be following. Those 7 questions are: what is prime reality? In other words, what is the really real? What is the nature of external reality? That is, the world around us. What is a human being? What happens to a person at death? Why is it possible to know anything at all? And how do we know what is right or wrong? What is the meaning of human history? As you can see, the answers one gives to these questions will have a tremendous impact on things like one's goals in life, how a person makes decisions, how a person treats other people, how a person values themselves, how a person faces death, what a person thinks is right or wrong, and how one relates to family, community, and government. It is easily observable what people say they believe and how they behave does not always match up. Actions often reveal more clearly than words what a person really believes. As we continue to consider these thoughts, allow me to suggest answers to these questions from some of the prevailing worldviews bidding for our acceptance. These thoughts will by no means be exhaustive, simply what I consider observable responses. There are variations of these influenced by culture and geography. I simply offer these as examples of how a person ought to apply Sire's questions to the worldview we wish to accept. One prevailing worldview might be called Atheistic Materialism. This view, as its title indicates, holds that there is no God or any other gods within the system of our world, only what we see. In a cursory way, this worldview might answer Sire's questions in this way. Reality is only what we have in this physical universe. In the words of Carl Sagan, the cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. External reality is what it is, although we may not know the process of how it got there. Human beings are nothing more than the products of matter, time, and chance alone. Knowledge is the result of physical processes in our brains, making truth only a part of a person's mental processes. Since a person is only a creation of chance with no intelligent design behind it, the only meaning to life is what a person attaches to it. Death is the end of a person's existence, period. Right and wrong are what we decide for ourselves as individuals or groups. The majority position will decide. History has no ultimate purpose. One must simply make the best of what it is for themselves. If those responses form the basis of this worldview, how do they affect the person who holds it? One response is that we as human beings are simply creatures which operate from instinct and survival, just at a higher level than most other creatures on earth. That is not very flattering and implies that our treatment of other people is based solely on the perception of what is good for me. Another response might be, if this physical world is all there is, let's eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. I don't know about you, but that doesn't inspire much confidence in the significance or meaning of my life, nor does it bring me much hope. We will continue to look at other possible worldviews. May I encourage you to give serious consideration to the foundations of what you believe and your actions coming from those beliefs as we continue on. And I pray that God will give you the wisdom and discernment you need as you examine your life.